Oh, very fine Chinese rock and roll.
Welcome. Let's argue two bros, one brew, the unofficial stream where we are kind of toasty right now.
We've been drinking Stone Zakaveza at 8%, and we totally missed our on time. Yeah, that's above my brain. I mean, he's got a point.
I like it in the slow in calories.
We have a viewer.
Both are animals.
Hello to one viewer.
Damn.
Are you just gonna put his voice?
Smell.
That was heavily worth it. Thank you. I actually argued against that intro, but you know what? That was
no. You didn't even know I was going to do that.
I did though, because last week we discussed it, but it was off the cuff. So
off the cuff.
On that car ride on the way to the cigar shop. So, yes, as a matter of fact, Aaron's got me smoking cigars on a unusually regular basis. So, hello, let's argue. I'm Kevin.
And I am Aaron.
And we're here from 2bros1brew Brew. And we're here to give you a live report on what we've been up to lately. Last Saturday, we went to the Foxwoods on Tap. And beer festival. That was quite the interesting experience, to say the least. I think you have the hat here and some of our swag. We actually ended up with a lot of swag, some of which is on my second table over here. I'll grab in a minute. But oh no, that's the wrong hat, bro. No, you bought that there, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the other hat. Yeah. So if you went and you got the VIP, you got a hat. Not that hat.
Not this hat. This I'm working on the beard right now so that this hat makes more sense. Because right now it's kind of a crappy, scratchy beard. So right now I'm basically just wearing this in anticipation that this beard is actually going to become something great.
We're going to make beards great again.
We're going to make my beard great again.
Only Aaron's. Mine has always been great. You just can't tell right now.
He has a fantastic beard. Once he gets his beard in,
it takes 3 or 4 months, but you'll see 3 or 4 months, and once it comes in, it's like sea captain.
So this is one of my favorite things that I've gotten.
This was awesome. We'd like to shout out to this brewery, by the way.
Yeah. So Honor Brewing Company.
I need to get another beer to toast them.
So they are a
awesome
brewing company. Who are run by veterans, and four veterans, and I think it was 15% of their proceeds go to veterans. 15% of their proceeds go to veterans causes, and they actually had it was the 50 cal rounds repurposed into bottle openers for sale. I got one for myself and one for my pharmacist, who is a retired lieutenant colonel in the United States Armed Forces. He was a combat medic, and I gave that to him, and he was very happy.
Yeah. I feel like I'm hearing a story. I didn't personally.
Yeah. Yeah, I gave one of these to my pharmacist.
Oh right, yeah.
He's the combat medic. He was a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Armed Forces.
Well, what time period?
I think he was actually during Vietnam.
Yo. So he saw some shit. Good. Like, you know what? Yeah. Thank you for your service, sir. We're gonna pour one for you. That's why I brought two. including this one.
Today, we were drinking Zacovesa by Stone.
I got a empty right here.
Personally, I didn't like it. It's a beer take on a Mexican hot chocolate. It's a stout, and personally, I was not quite a fan of it. I think that the nutmeg came on far too strongly for me.
I was going to say, excuse me.
But it was good.
I find to agree, by the way, the nutmeg's a little strong.
I am now having a lightweight by The Alchemist, an American Blonde Ale at 4.5, which is actually their lowest alcohol content beer.
And it's meant for light beer drinkers, ironically enough.
But you know what? Fuck it. It's
not
good.
A light beer. It's very good. It's heavily hopped.
Yeah. Hello to Amy, who friended me on her alternate account, and I'm very happy about that. Even though we should really talk more, I'm going to send you a message after this. That made my life. Okay, all right.
You know, I was unaware, so you know what, Amy? Shout out to you. We are at 3 viewers.
Nice.
So yeah, no, the Foxwoods Beer Festival was, overall the experience was very enjoyable. I enjoyed having my brother Aaron here, I thought the food was decent, although the prices were off.
The prices, okay, because here's the thing. They gave you a $5 voucher.
But everything was more expensive than $5 dollars.
The only thing that was $5 was the sandwich if you got only an inch.
I think it was 2-inch minimum.
It was the 2-inch minimum.
2-inch minimum. So you could have thrown your voucher in and you could have gotten 2 inches of sandwich, which really wasn't very much. So we ended up, I got 4 inches of sandwich because it was decent. Then it was
a decent size sandwich, and
it tasted very good.
With the voucher, it kind of broke even. But I think here's the thing: we both bought VIP tickets.
We did $70.
$70 each
a piece. Yeah,
and I feel that we wasted our money on that.
I have to agree. You got 1 hour before everybody else showed up there. I will say this: security was very rude. We actually called him the condescending security guard because we dealt with him on more than one occasion. And
we were like, okay, where do we get our tickets? And the guard was like, well,
you can go
all the way down. You're gonna go all the way to the place where you get the tickets, right across from the.
And then you're gonna talk to the little lady behind the window. And we were like,
and you're gonna go to room.
Okay, bro. Like we were like, okay, you could have just been like that way, and then you're at the window at the box office, follow the sign. But instead, he
was shitty.
And then we came back, and he was like, I guess you guys found your way, and we were like, we probably could have done it without you, but thanks anyways. Like,
thanks, buddy. Thanks for nothing.
And Aaron and I are standing in line. We're like, we're glad you hate your job, bro. We're glad you hate your job. We hope you stay here for a while and continue to not only hate your job, but we hate your life too.
The band sucked.
Okay.
All
right, guys, I'm gonna play my new single. Starts to play Coldplay.
Yeah. Literally.
And plays it at 150 decibels, so that nobody can hear anything. Whether you ordered a beer or talked to the people about a beer, you couldn't hear them. I was deaf.
Here's the thing: if they played quieter and the vocalist was better, it would have been okay.
Yeah, we wouldn't have cared.
But they were like, well, we're gonna play Coldplay.
By the way, I'm drinking Stay Mountain's Winter Lager because I have 2 of them and I need to refill this mug when I'm done. But the beer selection was quite impressive. We tried as many as we could. But
6 Point was there.
6 Point. The rep was actually pretty cool for 6 Point. Unfortunately, he didn't have any swag or anything to give out. Most of the people that we talked to didn't have swag. They were actually told not to bring swag, which was very disappointing.
Revival.
I don't remember drinking Revival's brews. Coffee Stout. That was the coffee stout.
Yep.
The coffee stout by Revival was excellent.
Down East Cider Company.
Her name was what, Andrea or something like that?
Something like that.
She was wonderful and very much wanted to talk to us and talk about the cider. Highly recommend Down East. By the way, we tried. They had 3 ciders there. They had the cranberry, the spiced, like a holiday spiced, and the regular, and all of them were excellent. I think you don't like cranberry, even you thought the cranberry was decent.
Exactly. I thought the cranberry was phenomenally good. And I hate cranberry.
I was going to say, I was blown away when you said it was good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We also saw my boys.
We have great news for you guys, by the way. So Ballast Point here, actually, I was in my Ballast Point swag, in my shirt, in my coat. Aaron brought his hat. Like, we were in all our Ballast Point swag. And I have a giant decal on the back and all the rest. And the Ballast Point rep came up to us at the very end of the show and was like, hey, you guys are like swagged out. Like, are you guys reps? And we were like, no, we wish we were. And he was like, no way. He was like, how'd you guys get all this? And I said, oh, I've been on a trip to Ballast Point once, and I thought it was so good that I had to take this guy with me. So we hopped a flight to California, which we did January. This year, January. Yeah. And we actually hit up Ballast Point and a couple of other places. I actually got us a private tour in the R&D, the research and development section, and so on and so forth. And it was awesome. Private tour of all the areas you're not supposed to be. And this guy was kind of blown away, and he was like, hey, here's my card. I want to be on your web show, because he saw that we were filming at the time as well. There's stuff we haven't finished messing with for that video.
And a brewery that I will be getting to very shortly.
Yeah, and he was like, I want to come on your web show, and I'm going to bring beer from Ballast Point, obviously. So we were like, please, we're going to hit him up, and hopefully we'll grab a few choice people and try some Ballast Point brews on here, although I think you and I have tried everything they offer.
Oh, yeah.
But we're happy to recommend Ballast Point any day.
Yes. Calm Before the Storm, if you can get your hands on it. Delicious. But if you can get your hand on it and you're in Cali, you gotta get it on tap.
Yeah.
The best thing ever.
Yeah.
Everything.
It's different.
It pales.
In comparison.
Yeah.
I brought home fresh bottled off the line, because remember, you and I went up to we went up to my contact, and we took a 6-pack directly off the bottling line, and I said, I want to take this home with me in my luggage, and I did. And you and I drank 4 bottles, and then I saved 2. One was for me and one was for my father. And it is absolutely different than what you buy off the shelf, because we tasted it versus each other. Anyways, we will be getting back to you guys on that opportunity as soon as we know what's going on.
And hopefully we can show you guys some good beers and have a really good conversation about beer making and brewing and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
So that's going to be more of your forte, as you are the more brewing centric of us.
You're not so bad at yourself, kid. We're getting you taught. All right, so
Chesset.
Wachusett. They were out of the blueberry that they're so famous for, and I didn't get to try it. So
the other one
I was upset.
Okay, but
what did they have, like a lager?
It was a lager.
Yeah, I wasn't blown away. Oh, Kona. Kona is highly renowned, and they didn't actually bring their big guns. They brought their golden ale and a lager, and I was kind of blown away by either of them. The golden ale was good, but it wasn't pay a lot of money good, personally.
On the same token, Allagash. Allagash did not bring their white.
No, they brought the white.
Oh, they brought the white.
They brought the white and the Curo. You didn't get the white.
Curo
at 11%.
It's about $11-12 a bottle too. So it was great to be able to try it.
Yeah, it's expensive.
It was pretty good. I think that it was a little bit too sweet for me. I'm personally not really fond of the sweetness. I think the reason why I gravitate so much towards IPAs
is because they're bitter. You and John both, a good friend of ours who may or may not be on the show in the future.
He's been on the show.
John Joss.
Yeah.
Oh, right. He was actually in one of our most recent shows where we were not in the compound, and we were out and about with some of the gentlemen on a gentlemanly trip.
That shall be uploaded to YouTube soon. I've been having a little bit of problem with my internet at my house. So we're working on getting that up for you.
And worst comes to worst, you'll pop it out next Thursday when you're here, because I have stable internet at the compound for whatever reason. Not stable phone service, but I have stable fucking internet. So.
Well, I'm trying to change the audio on it so that the audio comes out a little bit more clearly, because with the phone it didn't really do
that's
that
a shame.
bad.
We were in a poor audio environment, weren't we?
Yeah.
The apartment,
But anyway, moving on. Long Trail, their Limbo IPA.
Now, they had their Limbo Citrus.
They had their Citrus Limbo IPA, which is with the Citra hops. I personally don't like it.
Yeah.
As much as the regular Limbo. I think it makes it almost gives like a sour taste to it.
It's really, they add a lot of grapefruit peel, and they add if I remember correctly, some Cascades, and they do the citras, but the grapefruit peel, in my opinion, is what throws it. I think if they had even just stuck to citrus, it would be an improvement of at least some form, or at least on the same magnitude. But I find it detracts. When we first tried the citrus Limbo, we were very much happy to try it, and it turned out to be quite the disappointment. Long Trail Limbo is where it's at, and the Citrus Limbo is not at all where it's at, unless you're going to drink straight grapefruit. Yeah,
it's where it isn't.
Frankly. But everybody has good things and bad things, and sometimes people keep doing bad things. So whatever. If it's making them money, whatever.
This I'm excited about, because
this was cool.
A voucher for Down East Cider Company for a tour their
for free
facilities. So
for free, and for that matter, we get a glass, and we get a deposit for a growler. So I think it's $10 for a growler, and you get like $5 towards it. It's ridiculous. And this was because we talked to the rep, and the rep was like, "Oh, I want to see you guys there."
Yeah.
For that matter, may I have our favorite people of the night? May I? Because I have to go. I have to get up. I have to levantarse los asos.
You can start it, but I definitely have choice words about that.
Tell you what, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and I'm about to bring out the best picture of all. So give me all of one moment.
We got to get music for this.
I'm gonna let you do that. Hurry it up. The Indiana Jones music. You'll let me know when. When should I pop it? Well, I think the best brewery by far at this was our good friends at Spencer Trappist Monastery Brewery. We salute you guys.
We salute you.
We don't just salute you guys for what you do, because we love monks. We've been around, all manner of different Christian Catholic monks for many years, but you guys hooked us the fuck up.
Damn straight.
We came home with a 6-pack of European bottled beer that isn't even supposed to be on the American market. This rep, who happened not to be a monk, happened to just take these things and say, "I'm going to give these to the top people that we have." And when we went to go talk to him, they only had the Spencer Ale. I don't think you guys can see that. There we go. The Spencer Trappist Ale. But they also had the Spencer Holiday Ale, which I had never tried, and I was insistent on trying it. And I know I was blown away with that. I believe
I was blown away with it.
Yeah, it was wonderful. It's licorice and dark chocolate.
The spice blend was phenomenal. And with their yeast has this strange banana note to it that only some people can actually taste.
I couldn't pick up on it myself.
Personally, I picked up on it, and I also picked up on all the spices that were in the Holiday Ale, and it brought it back. It was like a banana clove.
Yeah. That's absolutely the Belgian yeast. Clove and banana is very much known for them.
but very, very strong.
Oh yeah.
Very prominent.
Spencer regular Trappist Ale is 6.5%, and the Holiday Ale is actually 8.5%. Excuse me, my mistake, 9%. They had it labeled as 8.5% while I was there, so my mistake.
Amy, the time is currently 12:48.
But time has no meaning to us because time is relative. We here at the compound, time doesn't affect us in any way, shape, or form.
We are timeless. We are immortal.
Goddamn right. And it's probably because
we're American.
We drink damn good beer and we listen to Alex Jones.
Super male vitality.
Now, so anyways, none of this was available. They were actually serving from a keg, and for both items. And so when we went to talk to the rep, whose name happened to be Kevin, I might add.
That was the coolest thing, because he's like, "Oh, what's your name?" "Oh, my name's Kevin." "Oh, mine too."
And it was just like, you know what? He was like, "I'm gonna pour you guys a beer just for that, and because you're friendly." And we were like, "Okay." So he brought
out a bottle of the
Imperial Stout, the Trappist Imperial Stout,
which we have right now.
And what level is that? 10%?
That
on the
is
top rank. 8.7. I can see it right here. 8.7, my friend.
Ah.
And
it's 11.2 fluid.
That is like straight chocolate. It's straight chocolate, a touch of rum, a touch of that banana you talked about, but hardly noticeable. And I found it delicious. It's like almost like chocolate syrup, but really well mixed into a nice light. Yeah, it was wonderful. And
so we went up to him and he was like, I only save this
for the guys I like.
And
I only bring 1 4-pack.
And they just poured us both glasses. And he's like,
here you go.
It might be a little warm, but I think you should be able to taste the flavor. And I was like,
we were very impressed. It was very good.
I am so excited to try it cold, actually.
Me too.
Now I get to.
Now we have some from our very own, but and we didn't even buy this shit.
I think what's there?
The Spencer, the Holiday, no, the Quad is not in here. So he also gave us the Quadruple Ale, which if you don't know what Quad is, Belgian Quad, you need to just get on Google.
Is that
Richard Spencer? Yo, give that a like.
Here's the thing.
That's creative enough for a like.
I think
I give Brigham that. Brigham, I always enjoy what you put up on the Let's Argue page and how triggered you get people. Whether or not it's the right thing to post or not, you just post it anyways, and I really enjoy that.
Daniel Brigham, I will put this toast out to you.
Toast of Daniel Brigham, because fuck it, he's a fucker.
For being our guy.
He's our guy.
He's our guy.
With no parentheses. Come back and join us on the stream sometime. Right.
Yeah,
so
I
anyways,
would love to have Daniel Brigham.
Especially if we could tour his gun collection. I imagine he has an entertaining gun collection.
I know there's a dildo somewhere in there.
And you know what? That's okay, because we're all from /K here. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, so we tried the Spencer Belgian Quad, which is like 11 or 12%. Man, that fucker will knock you for a loop. That was amazing. Fruit, dark fruit, licorice, a touch of chocolate, a touch of coffee, and then back to dark fruit, maybe a little rum or something.
The banana and clove definitely came out in the Quad.
Oh, you were kicked in the teeth with all this flavor.
All their brews definitely had that almost aerating quality to them, where when you drank them, it was almost like a relief of all sinus problems.
Can I have that bottle opener?
Thanks. Sorry, sir.
I gotta be able to open another winter lager while I'm talking.
But yeah, it was great getting to talk to him.
Yeah, and we got swag up the ass for that. So.
Oh yeah.
This guy couldn't do enough for us. We got bottle openers. We got what else do we get? We got a poster. We got, oh my god, we got so much Spencer stuff. We got invited to the Spencer open house at the monastery because we mentioned that, we would go to mass with the monks, and he was like, done, I got you in. Like, he was like, I'll join you guys. For that matter, the Spencer, that's gorgeous. That is a gorgeous color.
And I'm happy to say that because of this and because of how good their beer actually is,
I'll buy it anytime.
They've made me a customer.
Yeah.
And a loyal one at that. So,
you know, and I have to say, I was given a 4-pack of the Spencer Trappist Ale, and I wasn't horribly impressed. And it wasn't so much the beer, so much as I prefer a different type of Belgian ale. I've never been big on Trappist Monk Golden Ale. And once I got to try anything that was darker than golden, I was very much happy with them. And we actually made some suggestions. And the brewer is interested, actually. We were given some information we can't necessarily give out here, but they're going to do some experimentation based on what we suggested, and it is some Belgian, German kind of border-style beers that they have not yet done. So I'm personally really looking forward to those. I mean, I'm just going to throw this out there. This was not something that was brought up when I was there, and I should have, but I'm hoping they make a Grand Cru. If you've never had a Grand Cru, go get a bottle of Grand Cru, and you will not be disappointed, especially if you like wine. It's a beer that's like a wine.
Personally, I'd like to see them make a Hefeweizen.
Oh, yes, Hefeweizen.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. For that matter, Winter Bock, everybody, from Sam Adams. But very good. Yeah, so no, we were very, very, very happy with Spencer and Ballast Point, for that matter, for the opportunity. As soon as we can get in touch with that guy, hopefully he comes through and he's on the same level as Spencer, because in our past, Ballast Point's been awesome, but you never know.
The rep from Anheuser-Busch was an asshole.
Yeah, no. Did you really think that?
I really thought that.
Okay, because he was a prick to me, because you were like agreeing with him, and you were doing it just for the sake of argument, and I could tell. So I show up, and this guy's in a Budweiser label Christmas sweater.
With Christmas lights going all down his whole body.
And he's the only guy there for an entire section. And I'm like, oh, hey, how are you doing? I'm like, we'd like to talk to the Long Trail rep. And he's like, I'm that guy. And I'm like, but Long Trail isn't owned by Anheuser-Busch. And he's like, oh, I work for more than one place. I'm like, okay, that's great. I'm like, so can you guys offer us anything, some swag, like explain who we are, what we do,
well,
etc.?
We didn't bring any.
Yeah.
And if we did, we would have ran out of it by now.
And we were like, that's really nice. Okay, great. You know,
okay,
like
excellent.
Some people are going to be rude, whatever. Maybe he's been drinking. And then we realized he has been drinking because he has a bottle in his hand. So, okay, fine, whatever. So he was a fucking Chad. It was hilarious. But, like, he wasn't just a Chad, because Chads are okay once in a while. He was like a prick Chad.
Mm-hmm.
But more importantly, so I go on to talk about how, like, you know, like Blue Moon is there, and I want his opinion on why Blue Moon should be there instead of why it shouldn't, because Blue Moon isn't really craft beer.
Fuck Blue Moon.
And, I mean,
Blue
pretty
Moon
much.
is okay, but
it's
okay
okay.
For being at a craft beer festival.
It's Sob Miller.
I can see Sam Adams, even though them being so big, being at a craft beer festival.
They're not as big as fucking Sob Miller.
Well, here's the thing. Sob Miller owns Blue Moon.
Exactly, and Sam Adams owns themselves. They have and Sam Adams is losing market share, and they're less than 1% of the beer market at this point.
Less than 1% of the 1%.
1%. But and speaking of drunk people, but
a lot of people.
But Sam Cook also wants to be like a craft beer guy, and clearly there's not somebody from Anheuser-Busch, but they also don't want to be craft beer people. They kind of just want the market share. Anyways, so this guy was just kind of an asshole. The whole time he argued with me on petty points like, oh, but we invest in all these different craft beer things, and that contributes to craft beer. And I'm like, but investing in companies that you buy that give all your profits towards them and don't have the original craft brewers. You put your own brewers in charge of them. Like, that isn't really craft brewing, though, anymore. And they're like, but look at Breckenridge. And I'm like, Breckenridge has gone to shit since you guys bought it. Literally, I won't buy their product because it tastes like crap. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Because we bought oatmeal stout from Breckenridge years ago when they were 6 months out from being bought. And you and I loved it. In fact, we must have bought a couple of 6-packs, so 5, 6, 7 6-packs back when we didn't buy beer because we didn't have money. We used to have to contribute, both of us, in order to have enough money to buy beer. And since then, it's gone through the crapper. It's awful. We haven't. I don't think you and I bought Breckenridge beer in probably 5 years. 4 years. 4 years.
I don't think I've really ever bought beer.
You know, the only time I probably was the one who bought it and brought it.
But here's the thing: I brought up the point, and I kind of slid a little jab at him because I was like, okay, like I can understand like investing in a company and giving them funds to do better is great, and like you look at that with Constellation and Ballast Point, and see how they've really grown their R&D department because of it. You know?
And this guy was just like, well, I don't see how that's related. And we were like,
I'm like, it is related. I'm trying to
don't see how this is related. And then he's just like, well, no, they did everything differently. And we're like, but have you not talked to them? Do you not even understand the story? It's on the internet. And this guy is just like, you know what? Like, you know what? I personally, I just have to disagree with you guys. And like turns around and goes talks to other people. We're like, okay, bro, be a prick.
It was insane.
But for the most part, another shout out I'd like to make is to New England Cider Company from here in Connecticut. We are in Connecticut, and in a nearby town of Wallingford, Connecticut, nearby the compound, in fact. And we are loyal customers of theirs. I don't go by all the time because they don't always have ciders that I want. They're very, very small scale, but New England Cider Company, and they were at the tasting, and they blew everybody out of the water, for one. But for two, we ran around, and it was both the owners that were there, and we ran around and like talked them up, and they actually ran out of cider while they were there. Look them up if you ever end up this way. You got to stop and get some cider. They're very friendly. They're very awesome. If you prefer drier ciders to sweeter ciders, they'll hook you up. They have all kinds of stuff. Saison, English style, barrel
they're
aged.
great.
Yeah. I like fresh
blend is great.
Fresh blend is awesome.
I will drink
to fresh
blend,
but
in hopes of drinking fresh blend in the future.
Agreed. And their holiday stuff is more up my alley. I missed out on all their fruit stuff this year. I was very disappointed. But
all their interesting trial stuff they have on tap.
Yeah, and if you miss out, you miss out because they only have so much capacity. So the other thing is if you have staghorns in your yard in the woods somewhere, you know what they are and you can ID them. You bring them into them and you can get free cider. Like you show up and you bring them like a pound of staghorns and they'll just literally pour you like a free gallon of cider or something stupid like that. Like bring them in pounds upon pounds and they'll just hook you up with like a little like card for free stuff. So
they're great. They really work with the area.
Really, it's all organic. Yeah, it's awesome.
I also like to give a shout out to some people I will be seeing tomorrow.
Oh shit!
I will be seeing my friend Ben Bravo up in New York City.
We're
going to be doing a. Don't call him that. Only I can call him that. You fucking idiot.
I didn't know he was called Benji. Okay, bro. Fine, I'll call him Old Yeller.
Old Yeller.
Gonna go see Old Yeller.
Old Yeller, who's very quiet, doesn't talk too much.
Occasionally, very occasionally comments on here and never talks in person. He likes to listen. I like
him. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. So I'll be seeing him tomorrow. I'll be seeing likely Christine Schrader.
Oh boy.
As well as my boy, the incomparable Drew Breckus.
Like that comment by Corey Dennis. I would, but I would. This is like a good leader.
You know, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I will not disappoint you because I will drink the few sips I have left.
Do it. Chug your beer, bruh. If I could chug this, I would, but I can't.
My hat fell off and shocked me, so I dripped a little beer on myself.
What, are you gonna die? It's just beer, bro.
Spilt beer, man.
I mean, I might
I'll
cry.
cry over that. And I do not know where my hat went.
It's literally behind you. So, yeah, no, it sounds like Aaron's going to have a fun trip. He's going to be in New York City, up to no good.
I will be live streaming.
Oh, are you going to have another lightweight night?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
This,
wow. This puppy dead?
Yeah.
Wow, you actually killed the whole puppy.
Yeah.
Aaron killed a whole puppy this
Fuck.
night. By the way, are there any lightweights left in my fridge or not? That last one. I don't care either.
This is the last lightweight.
I'm going to take one sip off the top. Copy?
Roger that.
Clear.
So
I have
actually,
not had a lightweight in quite some time, so I'm going to take another sip before we make a trip up to springtime. Is it going to? It's going to. Because it's all live yeast, isn't it? Did it or you good?
it did a little bit. I did it more slowly than last time, so that it really trapped in.
Okay.
My first beer.
I don't give a fuck.
My first beer was actually a Corona,
Oh,
and I hate myself for it
as you should.
because I actually have a guilty pleasure. That's my guilty
Build
pleasure.
the wall.
I
Build
fuck
the
you,
wall.
fuck you.
So
We're gonna make a wall. We're gonna build a wall out of
Beer.
Corona, beer, and Mexico. In Constellation is gonna pay for it.
You know, I'm okay with this. But did you have more you wanted to add to that?
Oh, are you implying that that's my first beer, sir? That is not my first beer.
I'd like to actually discuss my own first beer. I'm actually gonna bring up two stories. So when I was fucking 6 years old, not even, probably more like 4 or 5, my dad and I were working on the washer and dryer in my basement, and my dad was like, "Oh, you know, it's Saturday. You can have a Coca-Cola," and like he had a beer, and we were working on it, and my dad like went off to go do something. I was like, you know, if Dad likes beer, it must taste good. And my dad had left his bud there, so I took a big swig of his bud, and I was like, oh my God, this is awful. But I drank it. I didn't like beer for many years afterwards until I tried a Heineken, and then I really, really didn't like beer. And then when I was 18 or 19, when I was 19 in college, I went to a college party and somebody handed me a Miller Lite, and that was okay for whatever reason, but only from the bottle. For a long time, I only drank Miller Lite from the bottle. And then I decided that I wasn't going to be a cuck anymore and moved on to Sam Adams. And since then, my love for beer has only moved on. I think I indoctrinated you with good old Sammy Cherry Wheat.
Cherry wheat, yeah.
Cherry Wheat. That's the way to go. Excuse me.
That's the way to go.
If you have a wife, a girlfriend, a friend who doesn't like beer, you need to get them some Sam Adams Cherry Wheat and just get them to sit down and drink some, like one or two, and they're hooked.
It's nice, fruity, but at the same time, it really introduces you to
what
the
beer can be.
flavors. Yeah, to the flavors that could be in your beer. Another good startup beer, I would say, could also be Oktoberfest. I would even say like Hefeweizen, the Harvest Hefe.
Yeah.
Sam Adams.
That was spicy. It's almost like the hard root beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we discovered that this year. I know where you could still get a 12-pack if you want to split the cost of a 12-pack.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Fuck it, why not?
Screw it. Let's buy 2 12-packs.
That's a lot of beer. I got a lot down there, bro. I have more beer than I can possibly drink.
New Year's
so
is coming.
If somebody comes by the compound and contacts
we have plenty of beer.
us, we will hook you up.
Contact one of us if you want to be on the show. Drink some beer with us. We don't really care what topic we talk about as long as it's safe for viewing on Facebook.
And so long as you're going to be safe with alcohol and either can drive wherever you need to go when we're done or can get an Uber or something, we're happy to hook you guys up with some beer. So join us.
Cheers to you guys. So also I will be back here on Saturday, back in Connecticut. I planned to go to New Jersey, but those plans kind of fell through. So, yeah, I will be doing that. And we will be doing a stream, likely on Saturday, here at the compound.
With God knows who. Corey Dennis, if you can just give us some more ideas of what your politics and who you even are, because I don't remember who you are. I could be totally out there, but I don't remember who you even are. I think this is your first time watching our stream, is it? Answer in the comments below. The better we get to know you, the more we'll want to interview you. So just give us some info. And
we already got a few regulars on the stream that I would love to interview. I'd love to interview Gabe Fetters.
Oh, yes.
I'd love to interview my boy Drew Breckus.
What is it? Gabby or Gabriel or something like that? I'm trying to remember.
Gabe Fetters.
Yeah, no, there's Gabriel Fetters and Gabe Fetters, and there's some who's the chick, Marianne or something like that. There's somebody else who's a chick. I can't remember what her name is. So I got a G somewhere in there.
Hey, you know what? So are we.
Depending on who you talk to and what level of lunatic you call it.
Amy, Lily, and Lucy is.
No, it's somebody who hasn't commented tonight. But shout out to Amy.
Guinevere Freehill.
It may very well be Guinevere, but shout out to Guinevere because fuck it, why not?
What's his name? He used to be an admin.
Corey.
Not Corey. Corey was never an admin.
Not this Corey, the other Corey. There was another Corey.
Oh, that was oh god.
You know who I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking. Cole. Cole
shit.
Cole shit.
I didn't mean it like that. Okay.
His name is Cole shit.
Cole shit, because you know what? He's gonna put Cole shit on your dinner plate.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Nick Heisel, who I really miss on the stream.
Good old Adam Stoves.
Adam Stoves. Oh my god. Adam Stoves.
We miss you.
Adam Sloves has a nickname.
Stoves? What's his name?
His actual name is Sloves.
But it's Stoves.
But his name in our
it's only Stoves. There's no such thing as an Adam Sloves. It's only an Adam Stoves.
Shout out to him. He's working on a few projects for Vice.
Projects. What's the difference? It's Vice.
You're killing me, Smalls.
I will roast Adam Stoves because I love him. I don't know why I love him. I was pretty drunk when I met him, but I love him. Shout out to you, Adam Stoves. You're an awesome heating unit.
You're interesting.
I'm interesting.
We are interesting. Yeah.
Oh, okay, mein Führer.
Oh my god. Okay, let's not get into that.
Seems to be that that's the area you're going in there.
Oh yeah.
See, we're back at this again.
Fraulein.
I know I'm drinking a winter Bock, but that's no excuse to speak to me in German. 9999.
Wichtig.
Vierich Käse? The correct answer is
Nani?
9. The correct answer is 9.
9.
Okay, you didn't cut the cheese.
Nani?
All right, so, anyways, shout out to people who would be watching this. We already stripped 3 viewers, so good job on us.
It's me. It's my fault. I know it is. It's my fault.
I don't know. I'm pretty bad right now, so could be both of us.
Yes, I'm bad. I'm bad.
I don't know this song.
It's the Michael Jackson.
I'm glad I don't know this song.
Wait, I gotta bring it up.
Do we have to?
Yes.
Fine. I'm just gonna cover my ears then. What year is this from? 86 or 87?
I don't know. It's when he was still black.
I'm just gonna contain that. Oh my god, that was when he was still black. Father, what year would you say that Michael Jackson stopped being black? It's really up in the air. I don't remember what year he stopped being black myself. And not just the one for Nevermind.
Oh my god.
So, yeah. I think we've had enough of that noise. Right.
Okay.
Thank you. Me,
well-
myself, I prefer a good march.
Well, let's argue. I would like to bid our farewells for the evening. We will have our
Avida saying goodbye.
We will have our official 2bros1 brew stream here at the compound. Our first non-uncorked episode in a very long time on Saturday.
Are you sure? I don't know if Saturday is going to happen. There may be some bad weather in the area of the compound. We reserve the right to cancel at the last minute. Depends.
Saturday's going to happen.
Okay, brah.
This is a compound. We can take anything.
I mean, you know, we are off the grid, so
we are off any grid that you want to refer to.
we have to see if I can shoot something for us to eat during said broadcast first. But you know, I'll get up early and go and see if I can shoot something. And for that matter, hopefully we will have a large group with us and we can all join in. Are we going to do this off laptop or what?
Well, I mean, yeah, because I'm going to be over here. I can throw down some truth bombs, some red pills. We might try to red pill a friend who will be coming.
Oh, really?
So we never know.
Which one? The good old Foster?
I think you know.
I think that's a bad idea. I think if this does go down, we are going to have somebody here who is extremely red pilled past the point of me and probably this guy.
And then we have somebody who's on the other side of the spectrum.
Who's like a good let's put it that he's a white pill and maybe a light pink pill. Depends on the subject.
I'd say light pink. He's
pink?
The light pink.
Like light.
Like light pink, man.
Like the color of a Nevermind. I did that on purpose.
Oh boy. Okay. So I'd like to thank you all for your patronage
and your light pickness.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was worth it. You know it.
Oh my.
He's going to complain now, but he'll appreciate it later. From the compound, this has been 2bros1 brew.
Unofficial stream.
This has been the unofficial stream. I'm Kevin, as always.
And I'm Aaron.
Since
this is a unofficial stream, I'm not going to play the usual outro, and I'm going to instead play this rap song.
I don't know what it is. I'm kind of afraid.
You like this one.
I should just chug this whole thing of beer first. If I could drink the whole bottle of liquor. Two birds in one stone.
Yeah.
At me.
Two birds with the one stone.
2 brews, 1 bro.
2 bros with the one brew.
I was so worried that it was bad. You might get the wrong idea of putting your arm like this, Aaron.
I'm just waving my hand in the air like I just don't care.
I just waved my hand in the air too. Somebody might get the wrong idea.
Well, fuck you then.